Joining me now with more on the Saudis' new alliance to fight terrorism is Kamran Bokhari. He's a senior lecturer at the Security and Policy Institute at the University of Ottawa. He's also a consultant with the World Bank and author of the book Political Islam in the Age of Democratization. Kamran, great to see you again. Talk about some of the things that Yasser Hakim just touched on. Coordinating this, there's difficulties, there's all this internal stuff going on. How do you see this thing playing out?
Mike, frankly, I don't think that this is a military alliance is anything but. For any military alliance to be successful, there has to be two main ingredients. One is coherence as a military force. We don't see that. There are no details about that just yet. They may emerge down the line. And then even before that, you need to have some sort of political consensus amongst the member states. The way in this was rushed, in terms of its announcement, it doesn't bode well for any serious military alliance.
So why all the fanfare? Why march it out there when you don't have everything in place?
I mean, it's very interesting that the only ones marching this are the Saudis, and they have a number of reasons to do that. One is that they're extremely under pressure after the attacks in Paris and the incident in California. And therefore, and the United States has been pressing regional players, not just Saudi Arabia, but Turkey as well, to take the lead in the fight against ISIS. And then from the Saudi point of view, I mean, this is essentially, securing Saudi national security and regional security from Saudi perspectives. So they need this alliance more than anybody else does. And mind you, they tried doing this in the case of Yemen before they went into Yemen, and they got rebuffed by not just the Pakistanis and the Turks, but also the Egyptians, who are actually financially dependent upon the Saudis.
There's been a lot of international pressure on Gulf Arab states to do more too. So talk to me about, you were talking about the Saudis being pressured. Talk to me about the whole region itself and the pressures that are underway now.
Well, there are a number of pressures, and I mean, one of the biggest things is from an Arab point of view, and not just a Saudi, but the wider Arab point of view, is that Saudi Arabia is the only major Arab state that's been unaffected by the Arab Spring phenomenon. And therefore, it's trying to shoulder the responsibility for the entire region. It doesn't have a military force, despite its frequent procurement of state-of-the-art Western weaponry. And therefore, it needs to have a regional alliance. And the pressure is also from the Islamic State, the jihadist movement headquartered in Syria and Iraq. From the IS's point of view, Saudi Arabia is the prize with its oil and, of course, the Salafi ideology, which is the founding ideology of the kingdom, which IS seeks to exploit. So those are the kind of pressures that Riyadh is looking at and is reacting to.
All right, Kamran Bokhari joining us from Toronto. Thanks so much.